We're now joined by Dr. Atam Dhawan, Senior Vice Provost for Research and Distinguished Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering at NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Good to see you, Doctor.
Great to be with you, Steve. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You got it. Let me ask you, the Port Newark Container Terminal, what is it and why does it matter?
So Port Newark Container Terminal is a very specialized maritime port facility, and it primarily deals with the container shipping and transport services. It is the largest container port on the East Coast and the third largest in the nation.
What kind of impact are we talking about in terms of jobs in the economy?
So these terminals, they play a very critical role in the global logistics and supply chain industry. And you can imagine that they can impact greatly the commerce, trade, manufacturing, retail businesses, and almost everything around us, because they supply the very importantly needed goods for these industry and the consumer market. So whenever there is any problem with these port operations in transporting the goods, there is a direct impact on supply chain management, and that slows down the commerce and trade and affects the availability of goods in the market, leading to the rise in consumer prices. It also leads to negatively impacting the national GDP, because if there are not goods available for the manufacturing, then you cannot manufacture, what you tend to manufacture.
Doctor, let me follow up on this. And to make it clear, NJIT is one of our higher ed university partners. And I want to also understand something. There's a lot of talk about supply chain problems. And you live this, you research it, you understand it. For those of us in the Northeast, particularly New Jersey, New York, where our primary audience is, particularly in New Jersey, when people are talking about what's going on the West Coast in California and a high percentage, 1/3 plus of all of the incoming, it's that port. It's not our port, it's that port. Are we affected by both ports?
We affected by all the ports. So Northeastern Port is a gateway to the northern region of the United States. So just to tell you that the transportation, distribution, and the logistic industry in 2019 provided $67 billion contribution to the state GDP. And it is the 6th highest amount per state nationwide. So, for example, New Jersey is the biopharma manufacturing and the life sciences industry sector as one of the top industry sectors over here. So whenever there is disruption in the supply chain, all the industry sectors are affected. So the goods are not coming, the ingredients for manufacturing, they are not available. Everything, whatever is the industry for manufacturing the goods from renewable energy or biofuel to anything that supplies, including the manufacturing processes for biopharma or medical devices or innovations associated with it, they are all affected.
So let me ask you, there's an initiative here. The Economic Development Authority of New Jersey had a competition. Put this in perspective as succinctly as possible. There were 4 regional coalitions for the $1 billion Build Back Better challenge. Now, $1 billion, because I believe NJIT won this with the city of Newark. What did you win? How much money? And way more importantly, what could that potentially mean in terms of the issues we're talking about right now?
So the $1 billion competition.
By the way, you didn't win. You're a finalist. Did I get ahead of myself?
Well, we won the phase 1 $500,000 grant. So this is the phase one competition of the $1 billion great, Build Back Better Regional Challenge. So the total competition is for $1 billion. It is divided into two phases. The phase one is a planning grant, and it is awarded to 60
Let's try not, respectfully, Doctor, we can't get into the details of the process. It's broken up across the country, and NJIT and the city of Newark won a grant to achieve what?
To put together a complete proposal for phase two grant, which is going to be $100 million. And this is to optimize the Port of New York, New Jersey facilities located in Newark and Elizabeth, as well as the transportation system extending from the hub to support job growth, equity, and economic development in the region, and the state to continue to increase its contribution to the national GDP. So in a nutshell, this money is awarded to us in order to put together a complete technology innovation development and translation to the deployment of the port so that we can improve its efficiency, capacity, and provide the job growth to the connected businesses.
Dr. Dhawan, I want to thank you. Complex but important stuff that matters to us greatly, particularly in this region. Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Adubato. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Think Tank with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Investors Bank, Hackensack Meridian Health, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the Northward Center, the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities Clean Energy Program, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Choose New Jersey, Fedway Associates, Inc., and by Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters. Promotional support provided by NorthJersey.com and Local IQ, part of the USA Today Network, and by AM 970 The Answer.
The essence of the Northward Center is ingrained in our values, thoughts, and actions. What began as a storefront on Bloomfield Avenue has evolved into a life-changing community nonprofit. The mansion is steeped in tradition, but with all of its grandeur, the true essence of the Northward Center is in the people we serve. So as the Northward Center commemorates 50 years of service, let's also celebrate the many opportunities yet to come.